troubled on every side. But what is trouble? What is storm if you don't know where you're going or what you want? Redemption, but from what? By who? What did you do, and whose forgiveness are you seeking? What crime do you suffer for, and what penance are you trying to do? To be welcomed back? Everyone has open arms, always has. What's the problem? Confession? What to confess? You want vindication, to show you were right, to show the value in what you did. Ha! To be welcomed back, not as a vagabond, cold and tired, seeking refuge from the futile hunt, but a conquering hero, some old demigod returning from a sojourn in hell, hardened by the furnace and glowing. There were no few others down in their own hell and seeking. We did find truths, bitter ones, hard to swallow, but we clamped them around our necks like the ears of our enemies, ghoulish trophies, hung on monsters of pride. Happiness abounded in desolation. We knocked over walls. I am proud still, lonely and proud. I've been there. Many a cold shoulder have I lent fellow travelers to cry on. Is there a way back? Any time I've tried at the outer door, the price for admission was always to lay down my pack, grim quarry of truths, and my trophies of victory. But for one who has hunted truths, I still hide my own bitterest ones, and the pains that drove me off to the hunt in the first place. Many times my body was kicked while down, a frame that could hardly bear any kicks, and a twisted instrument was forged that could coldly measure out any truth. Music still sounds good, warms the lonely. Hard truths pile up like stones to be stoned with, or piled under like some old execution. Besides the children I play with in hell, no one else can get at the inner glow of the furnace. Inside is so cold they'd burn their fingers on it, and carry all the weight alone. Christ is always there to receive tired fugitives. If only Christ was true, all could be forgiven. No one ever need stand alone. No truth need ever hide in the blinding light of that truth. But though he was borne by Simon on the long walk, by a frail cross, we have never been able to bear the weight of Christ, not even all together, hands joined. We've always found that weight too heavy. Easier to hang on the cross ourselves than bear Christ, together or alone. We know our own hearts best, and they are not pretty. But is it really so? Many a weak one has been willing to lay all down and serve. If only it were true. If only the mystery would speak and proclaim itself. Would we feel as betrayed children, twice burned, spurned lovers, guarding our hearts against another trick? We rebel innocently and in good conscience. We are too easily deceived to have faith. So we love ourselves in all our ugliness. Rhythms attack me. Rhythms and melodies attack me, waking and asleep in dreams. They attack me like haunting background noise that summon words to fill their chain link by link, fair game. Hungry, caffeine sweats on an empty stomach get you moving, jittery and reckless. Body craves other substances to soothe all the ways the path went wrong, all the voids and lost chances due to fear. Anxiety haunts me, splits my center into two warring halves, tearing each other apart like proud political factions, destroying the commonwealth of my soul. Fear has laid me low, made me ridiculous, pointed me toward desolate paths. No stranger to walking, but my legs are no stronger for the exertion. Cyclic bouts of excess and failure, turned to God innumerable times, but never in sincerity to receive grace, always with conditions and strings attached, always reservedly. He gave me a great soul, complex and multifaceted, an intellect prodigious, a nature good, prodigal and at peace. But he challenged me with dragons, fear and self-attack, and gave me a burden heavy, not easily laid down. How many times I apologize for my bads and wrongs, but I do not fix them. They are not remedied from without. There is no calming agent, no serenity. I feel trapped in my own chemical laboratory of the mind. No grace can touch me. Double-minded, this way and that, never trusting God to see me through, always wrecking myself on the rocks and shoals to prove I am alone and helpless, to be hated, and deservedly so. Funny, happy, good-natured, sour, self-loathing, miserable, vile, round and round, rounded, hide all the dark places, and hide even the gold and show it to none, only drop hints, glints of gold. Ruin, twisted visage of man, not climbing out, descending lower, piling more weight of time and regret. But a beaten soul always rallies, watch it all day long. Some make great round waves, rising high and crashing in long cycles. Others rise and fall so fast you can hardly distinguish their course from a straight line. No wavelength, slightly fuzzy as with noise. Some never fall until they die, and death is a soft arrow that does not wound, not even the loved ones left behind. For others, birth is an unendurable pain and insult. The love of God is cast down, rejected, scoffed at, unreal, impossible. Alienation crawls into the pores of such ones. Company merely enervates, costs energy, and rarely yields fruits. But every evil and failed stroke was once a boy or girl, and in that bright early bloom the world seemed lovely, and if it seemed so it was, for seeming is being. Perception is all there is. We are temporary beings, bound by perspective. We can only hope that in the wild swirl more find happiness than not. To hell with all the stoics who merely endure and persist. Take risks and fail greatly where you can't succeed. The failed stroke is as beautiful as any streamer or missile that misses its mark. Love is the most massive risk and the greatest potential for failure. Attaching your fate in heart to another, that risks all. How beautiful it is that so many do it, and not just once. What strength to endure pain and not break and turn in, stealing good feeling, plucking it out of the air. Zero costs up front. We borrow off our souls from down the line. The debt can get so big. The fault is death.